Do you want to look like you've splurged on all the Fenty products when you've actually bought about one or two? Stay tuned. So as usual, I'm just going to start prepping my face with the Matcha Glow Serum by Donna Marie. You don't want to spend like $30-something on a primer, and you already have something at home. So I would suggest using something that's comparable or similar to the product that is being sold by Fenty. Their primer is supposed to be like all day lasting primer, like no touch up primer, so it basically touches up your face on its own. And I hear, based off of all the other reviews, that it's kind of moisturizing on the face. It doesn't feel too tacky. So today I decided to go with the Pore Professional. With the Pore Professional. Why is this called like this? It's hard to say. The Pore Professional Pro Balm. Now I'll apply it to my face just like I would any other product. I'll press it onto my forehead, onto my nose, onto my chin, and then I'll rub it into the rest of my face. Once that's set into my skin, I'm going to color correct, and today I'll be using the, oh shit, what is this? I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Today I'm going to be color correcting with the Smashbox color correcting stick in the color Look Less Tired. It's basically the dark color. You can't really see it here because this is very old, but this is it. Excuse me, I'm like sick. It's the beginning of fall and it's just treacherous. So I'll put this underneath my eyes like so, and then in other areas that I want to correct some hyperpigmentation. So these are all the steps that I would do regardless. In my next video, I hope to try that whole powder on the face first and then liquid foundation, because I have oily skin, so anything that will help. I mean, I remember at one point I was using milk of magnesia on my skin. It is really no joke. My skin is just oil, like an oil magnet, and I'm sick now, so I'm like perspiring for no reason. Now that I'm done with the color correcting, I'm gonna try the infamous Fenty foundation. So before I do that, I'm gonna tell you a backstory. I ordered my Fenty. I didn't even order it online. I went into the store maybe about 3 days after it launched. I went to the Sephora near my house, and there was an abundance of Fenty product, and I was color matched, and my color match was 340. Now 340 is like a cool tone. I'm not sure why I was color matched with 340. Shit, I even thought I was 340 because lighting in Sephora can sometimes be a little tricky. So I get here, I sit down to do the video, and long and behold, it's not my color. So I went back to change the color to something that I thought would be the best match. And of course, the next time I go in, it's completely sold out. So I do not have the product on hand, but I would not be deterred from filming this video. I think it's an important video to film because Fenty came out with a long list, laundry list of products. So in terms of foundation, I mean, 40 shades is just unheard of. So I'm gonna try the colors 380 and 390, and I got, so this is a bit, I mean, you know, it is what it is. This is what I could get at the moment. And then I called today to see whether or not it was available. And of course, even though they were supposed to receive their shipment on Tuesday, you know, they didn't receive their shipment. They didn't receive their shipment yesterday. And so now they received it today. So it should be out by tomorrow. So I will get the product. But for right now, I just want to film the video. And I want to try it. I mean, I tried the product on my face before, but it was too light. So I want to really see what it would actually look like. So I'm thinking I'm more 390 than I am 380. I feel like I should just mix them and see what that's like. I don't know. But either way, you know what? I'm just going to go for 390. So, and plus I have more of the 390 because even child, it's just a mess. So I will be using my Real Techniques Beauty Blender to do this. Again, this is something that I would do on a daily basis or whenever I'm applying makeup to my face. However, this is a tip that the Sephora lady told me to do. She said, put it on with a brush, and if I want to have that real flawless finish, then I can use a beauty blender. And I'm not going to purchase her beauty blender, not right now anyways, although I do like the shape of the beauty blender, and it's not expensive. It's only like 16 bucks, so it's not really expensive. It's a little more pricey than the Real Techniques one, but this hasn't failed me so far, so I'm just going to use this. Again, we're going for budget-friendly Fenty. So let's see. So I have this e.l.f. Brush, this little foundation brush, and I'm just gonna use this to apply it on my face, and then I'll like really make it flawless with the beauty blender. So let's see. And remember, this oxidizes, so I'm just not sure. You know, I feel like I should do like half my face with 380 and half my face with 390. Oh god, this is already looking a bit red. No, I think we can do this. No, we're gonna stick with this. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with this one. It's really red. I'm not gonna front right now. I mean, it looks a little orangey on my face on the camera, but we're gonna stick with it. We are going to stick with this because I am too through. And now remember, I tell that this product really dries up quickly, so I'm gonna try to work as fast as possible. So in terms of what it feels like on my skin, I love the way it feels on my skin. I do think it's like a medium coverage, and I could build it up, but because I'm not 1000% confident that this is really my tone, I want to just keep it right here. I'll just sit here for a few moments and see what this oxidizes down to, and then we'll move on to the rest of the goodies. So this is the oxidized version of the Fenty product. So the product itself is very creamy when it comes onto your skin, and although it looks like it's totally buildable, and it should feel heavier considering the coverage, but it doesn't. It's actually very lightweight on your face, so that's an amazing plus, because you're getting the coverage that you want, but you don't have that gooky feeling on your skin. So I'm definitely loving the product so far. You know, I'm just a little bummed out about the colors because it's been a real struggle bus to get the colors, but I thought that it was awesome to discuss that. Like, we don't necessarily, well, I know I don't necessarily discuss like my undertones that much. You just kind of pick the color that you think is best for you. And for me, I've always mixed colors in order to get my exact color. So the fact that I'm discussing all of these undertones and whether I'm neutral, or I'm cool, or I'm warm, or I'm olive tone, or do I have red undertones, and, you know, having that discussion for your skin, I think is very important in terms of makeup and getting flawless makeup. So just kudos to Rihanna and the whole Fenty team. I'm just excited to see what the whole team comes up with next. All right, so once we're done putting on our foundation, as usual, we're gonna go on to what is it that we go on to? We move on to highlighting, and I decided to get Almond in the matchstick. It's so cute, and the packaging is really nice. It says Fenty Beauty by Rihanna on top. This is the matchstick, and it is magnetic, and it actually magnetizes through the boxes too. I thought that was cute. It will fall, but you can actually feel the pull, so I thought that that was cute, and that's like the nerdy side of me coming out. And of course, this is gorgeous. It's like a blush pink, and it pops open like this, and then obviously this is how much product it comes with, which I think is sufficient, right? And I'm just gonna apply it on the high points on my face in order to highlight. Okay, and I think a little bit of product goes a long way, which is really good considering how much product you're actually getting. And I'll just blend that in with the tip of my beauty blender. So I will say that for someone that is like oily skin, I think this is an incredible product. It doesn't dry out your face. Like sometimes you put on some products that are supposed to be like super matte or supposed to like dry your, I don't know, like suck all the oil out, and it just doesn't. It makes you look very like ashy. And so I like that this product still gives you some dewiness. It is a little warm in here because of all the lights, and I'm probably perspiring a little bit, but I feel like I look nice and dewy versus ashy, but that it still does look matte. Like I can see, especially here, that's like a problem area for me. And you guys will probably see in other videos that I get oily like fairly quickly. Like even in the videos, I'm just like getting oily as I'm taping the video. Plus it takes me an extremely long time to film, so you know, I'm perspiring. But this seems to work, you know, just fine. Like I just stepped away in order to change my baby diapers, and I come back and I'm a little sweaty, and it's perfectly fine, and I still look dewy. I don't look super, you know, super matte and like ashy. So this is good. All right, so once we're done with that, we're gonna move on to contouring. Let's contour. So I'm gonna be, same packaging, it's the matchstick. I'm gonna be using the color Truffle. That's what the color looks like. Let me open up the package, and as you guys already know, these are magnetic, so which I think is super cool. And they magnetize. I mean, I'm not sure if anyone has ever showed you this, but they magnetize like so. Okay, if they don't magnetize like this, they magnetize almost at an slightly at an angle, which is super cute. I just wanted to go with this color. I hope it doesn't make me look great. I don't think that it will. It seems fairly warm, and I'm just gonna apply it in the areas that I want the shadows to make my face look slimmer. And to blend all of this out, I'm going to use my MAC 163 brush. I have not seen this brush in a very long time, nor have I used it, because I normally skip this step in the process, but I'm going to use this to buff it out. It's a very dense brush. This product is no joke. You really have to get in there. I like what it does here. I don't like what it does for my cheeks. Like you see, it looks slightly gray, you know, but I also don't want to go for the darker color, because then I think that'd be just a little bit too dark. So I'm gonna stick with this color. I didn't buy the other one anyways, but so what I used for contouring was Almond and Truffle. Okay. So now I'm going to move on to my regular routine. Again, you know, I'm just using Fenty products that I believe are kind of not worth getting. All the products are worth getting, but if you're trying to cut corners, let's just say, but you still want to avail yourself of the Fenty products, then I think these are the like staple products that one should buy from any collection. So now we move on to setting it onto our face. I'm going to be using the MAC Studio Fix in order to set the concealer onto my face, and I'm also going to be using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the color Dark. So first I'll just take my beauty blender, or normally I take something else, but today I'm just going to use my beauty blender, and I'll swipe it down, and then I'll use this to set my under eye, and then the bridge, anywhere where I kind of highlight it. Okay, and once that's done, I'll move on to the skin finish. And I'm going to press and roll with the MAC 150 brush. Once I'm done setting my foundation with my mineralized skin finish, I start to bake with my Laura Mercier. And while I'm baking my face, I usually move on to eyebrows. I'm gonna go off camera, finish my eyebrows, and then I'll come back on so we can work on the eyes. So I'm done doing my eyebrows and I'm gonna move on to eyes. I've prepped my eyelids with the Anastasia Pro Pencil for eyeshadow priming and color correcting. And I also use that in order to outline my eyebrows. And today I'm gonna be using the Master Palette by Mario, the collaboration with Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm going to start by placing the color Isabel all over my crease area as a transition color. I'm just going to make sure I blend all of that out. I want a highly pigmented, like smoky eye. So even though these pigments are very brilliant, I still want it to just look slightly just more mattified, almost like when we're doing a cut crease. So I am going to put some concealer onto my lid and then dab on a nice brown color because I just want it to be very smoky, a smoky eye. So I'm gonna go into this area and just dab on this concealer right here because this is kind of where I want the intensity to happen. And you see it's not perfect because I'm not looking for perfection because we're gonna blend all of that out. I use my MAC 239 brush and I'm gonna put the color Violeta on my lid. And I'm just gonna press that on. And then I'll take a blending brush and blend that out. I'm gonna go into this Smashbox palette, eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna use the color Mocha. And I'll do the outer corner of my eye. I'm using the actual brush that came with the palette, with the Mario palette, to do that. Then I'll go into this MAC Smoke and Mirrors eyeshadow palette. It's like super old. And I'm gonna go into the Black Magic, I think it is, and deepen that outer corner. I'll go back into Isabel and blend that into this corner again. And now I'm gonna go on my lower lash and do the same thing. I'm gonna incorporate all of those colors. But before I do that, I'm gonna tightline with the Marc Jacobs, what is this? The Highliner Gel Crayon. Then I'll go back into that MAC Smoke and Mirrors palette and go in with the black in the outer corner. For some dimension, I'll go in to the Fifth Avenue and just put it in the inner corner, just for a small little pop. So I'll go finish the other eye off camera and then we'll play with some more Fenty products. So this is the final look on the eyes, and I'm going to prime my eyes with my eyelashes with the L'Oreal Voluminous Base. I'm gonna go with natural lashes this time. And then I'll make sure to really go into my bottom lash so they can really stand out. I don't have much bottom lashes, so I have to be very generous with the base. And now you do not have to wait for that to dry. You just go in with whatever mascara you're going to be using. And I've just been using this one lately, which is the Voluminous Feline in the color Noir, the black one by L'Oreal. So now we're going to pull the camera back and we're going to finish off with some more Fenty products. Okay. I like to dust off with the same brush that I use to put on my foundation. And then I use my It bronzing brush. And I'll just go into my favorite, which is the Makeup by Shayla palette. And it comes with a mirror, which is perfect. So for highlighter today, I'm using the Fenty Kilowatt highlighter. Kilowatt. So for highlight today, I'm using the Fenty Kilowatt highlighter in the colors Mean Money and Hustle Baby. So I wanted to get the Trophy Wife, but I just, realistically speaking, I know I'm not going to use that on a daily basis, so I didn't want to buy it. You know, if I was, I don't know, making money off of these videos, then maybe I would, but unfortunately I'm not yet. So I decided to go with something that I thought was a bit more realistic for me. What?
My air conditioner.
Okay. So you'll probably hear air conditioning, no air conditioning, air conditioning, no air conditioning. It's hot as shit in here. There's a lot of lights in here. And one day I'll take you guys on a tour of my filming area, and there's just like hella lights, and they're hella fucking close. Anywho, so this is the Fenty packaging, and of course, as we said earlier, it's just delicious. And it comes with a cute mirror, and these are the colors. I will bring the camera in, or bring you in to the color so you can see. They're both shimmer, but one of them is like boom shimmer, and then the other one is like a more dull color. So I'm gonna just swatch both of them. So this is the more subtle color, and then this is the boom boom cow color. Is it? So Mean Money is this one up here, and Hustle Baby is this one here. So I think I'm going to use Hustle Baby today. I think that's the one I fell in love with in the store. It was just like the one that just caught my eye the most. I'm going to put on Hustle Baby with the Luxie 522 tapered highlighter brush. Who needs a trophy wife when you have a hustle baby? You hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. So I will say that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way here. And I'll just put some on my index finger, on my pointer finger, and which one is this one? This is the fuck you finger. Oh, so I'll put this on my middle finger and go down the bridge. I'll just go a little bit like this with whatever's left over. Go down here, go to my Cupid's bow, which I'm kind of sometimes getting tired of this look, but whatever. We'll just do it for right now. Just highlight it. Highlight it for the gods. So I like it. So far so good. I really do like Hustle Baby. Which one's that one? Hustle Baby. Yeah, this is real nice shit. I mean, this glow is popping. I'm sure if I were like going to an event and there were a lot of lights and I just turned my face like, bam, look at that. You see? Bam. Look at that highlight. Okay? So for blush, what do we do for blush? Since I already used my Makeup by Shayla Tarte palette, I'm just going to continue to use that. So this is the Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb. I'm excited to see what other glosses or matte lipstick she comes out with. This is, I believe, supposed to be universal, so it's supposed to look great on all skin tones. So let's just see what it looks like on mine. I'm just gonna put it on like this. I'm not going to use any liner. I'm just gonna use it the way that I've seen others use it. But yeah, so this is it. These are the lips. This highlighter is, I mean, come on. Come on, come with it. That highlighter's what's up. And, you know, my eyes are what it is. It's just like a little smoky, subtle smoky eye. Fenty's out and you want to use all the products, but your budget says hell no. Fenty's out and your budget doesn't meet the products. No.